I'm not trying to push away any experience. But just
At age 47, the life of Joseph Clements revolves around family,
the power's inside me.
music,
breaking the addiction to the mind and enjoying the pleasure.
I'm not trying to push away any experience. But
and meditation. But as a younger man, the passions of this longtime Santa Cruz County native were far different.
We're all born addicted in a way, you know, addicted to pleasure and hating pain. And I was just on, you know, as an addict, just on another level with that.
Clements comes from a family of addiction. Don't let the Dare shirt fool you. He's tried all kinds of drugs. But heroin specifically allowed him to tune out the world, both mentally and physically. By 22, he was living in his car and stealing to score cash for drugs. Clements eventually got into a 12-step program and was clean for years. But like so many others, the road to recovery was filled with obstacles.
Somewhere along the line, I cut my finger at a job or something, and I got stitches, and they gave me Vicodin. When I took that for the pain, I'm like, oh, something clicked.
From there, things started to spiral out of control for Clements. He started faking injuries to get pills, hiding his addiction from his wife.
Just all through my 30s, it was just a mess of really like, I got this, but I didn't have anything. I got this, but really inside I just wanted, you know, just to be almost a junkie again.
Each opioid addiction story is unique. Some, like Clements, start with heroin, move to pills, and go back to heroin. But others get hooked in different ways, and sometimes it can be deadly. And these overdoses are not uncommon in Santa Cruz County. In 2016, 34 people died of an opioid overdose. 28 people had to visit the ER due to an overdose. More than 180,000 opioids were prescribed legally. And in 2015, nationwide, the opioid epidemic cost at least $70 billion.
We're seeing an increase in opioid use, which is consistent with the national epidemic. But Santa Cruz in particular has a higher than national and even higher than statewide average rate of overdose.
All of these numbers are problems, according to the county, but that last number, the amount of legal opioids prescribed, is a number they're looking to cut down to curb the crisis. The county, along with a coalition of social, government, and healthcare organizations, is trying to reduce the number of opioids by increasing education about the drug. They're also offering free prescription drug take-back events, but it goes even further.
I think if we prescribe less, dispense less as pharmacists, less opioids, we can absolutely have a huge impact.
Santa Cruz police are also trying to reduce overdose deaths by using the opioid antidote Narcan.
We really want to make sure that we're treating people in every way we can to help them survive so they can get to that next stage in life where, you know, I'm past this and I'm ready for help to recover from this horrible addiction.
The rise in opioids across the nation raises all sorts of questions, many about how we handle pain.
We have the ability to let go.
Back at the recording studio, I asked Clements about this. He tells me after another relapse with heroin about a decade ago, he finally figured out a way to live with his trauma through 12-step and having a sponsor, but also through something else.
So what meditation taught me was to be able to get comfortable in the discomfort, seeing the suffering of our addiction, the suffering of craving. You know, craving of not even of more drugs or alcohol, but just craving for things to be different.
Countless studies, including several from the American Journal of Drug and Alcohol Abuse, have shown meditation can help people conquer addiction. Clements, who's healed things with his family and still has his wife by his side, doesn't pretend to know all the answers to overcoming the disease. When I ask Clements about advice, though, he says it's about finding the right treatment for the right person and never shaming someone for being an addict. A first of many steps in a complicated problem still affecting millions of lives nationwide. In Santa Cruz, Paul Dudley, KION News Channel 5, 46.